So welcome to Booked, Busy, and Built Different, where purpose meets hustle. I'm your host, Des Area, and this is the Des Area Show. Let's get into it, okay?
Tonight, we are shining the light on a woman who's all about business, fashion, and empowerment. Not only is she a powerhouse in the professional world, but she's also the visionary behind 222 Shoutique.
That's me.
They be dressing me out. A brand that helps women look and feel the absolute best. From boardrooms to boutiques, she's making major moves and setting the standard. Let's welcome Jasmine Kelley. How you doing tonight, lady?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time to see us tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
We greatly
I always show up for you, you know.
Oh, that means so much to me. So we're just going to jump right into it.
Okay.
Fashion is always evolving. What are some trends that you're excited about right now?
So it's getting ready to be spring. Spring is actually like my favorite season due to like the colors, the different prints, the different patterns. So right now, I mean, what I'm kind of excited about seeing this spring season is the patterns as well as a two-piece set. Everybody love a two-piece set. It's super easy. It's like you basically get more than one outfit at one time, so you can wear it all together, or you can kind of wear the pants how you want to wear the pants, the top how you want to wear the top. So that's kind of like what I'm really excited about seeing this spring season.
Yeah, okay. I love a two-piece. Like you said, you can switch it up however you want to switch it up. How would you describe your personal style, and how does that influence your work?
I would have to say very bold, very, very vibrant. I feel like my personal style also matches my personality because I have a very strong but very vibrant personality as well. So I think I kind of take those two things and kind of mesh them together when it comes to my personal style, as well as how I kind of coordinate it with work as well. I like to sell items for women that are bold and not scared to wearing bright colors, and not scared to turn a head when they walk in the room.
Right.
So those are the kind of women that I kind of aim for when I'm picking out what I'm gonna sell for my line, and kind of how it makes sense for me too.
Yeah, you definitely describe me, because when I walk in the room, baby, wearing some 222, you gonna see me, okay?
Gotta see.
What are some key elements of timeless style, regardless of trends?
Oh, you can never go wrong with loungewear. Lounge is something that's like timeless. You always need lounge. It makes sense for all aspects, whether it's a college student, whether it's somebody that's kind of like in their mom phase of life, whether you're just running errands. So I feel like lounge is something that's timeless. But something that's always timeless, is going to always be timeless to me, is also, I'm going to say, a pair of denim, like high-rise denim. It's always going to be timeless. Now, even in workforces, you can wear dark denim and things like that. So I love me a good pair of denim as well.
Like the skinny legs or the wide legs?
Oh, no, the wide legs.
The wide legs.
You gotta have a flare. Have to have a flare to it. So I definitely love me a wide leg denim.
Okay, and just tell us, because I've been following you for a while. I've been shopping with 222. What 222? What, y'all 7 years old, or y'all older?
I am 6.
6 years old.
6 years
okay.
Old. 6 years old. Woo, Tappy.
It be moving, girl.
Yes, I'm 6 years old.
How do you balance creativity with the business side of the industry?
You always have to stay innovative. You also have to always be willing to pivot. Also, I know this gonna sound cliche, but you got to trust the process. But when you are
shout out to YE.
Exactly. He got the hoodie on. I was like, oh. But I mean, you always have to be able to pivot with what's going on. Things change. As well as like what's the trends change as well. It's a new trend every day.
Right.
I was talking to somebody earlier, and I was basically telling them how it's crazy how the old songs are now the new trend.
Right.
Like, Don't I Be With Jasmine and serving
everybody.
And I'm like, this song old, but the kids are like, it's brand new and out to them. So just being able to pivot, but still making sure that you're staying on trend with whatever your niche is. Because you have to make sure whatever you're doing, creative wise, it has to make sense with who you're trying to target your audience as well.
Right. It does. you just answered my next question. So I'm just gonna move on to the next because I was gonna ask you, how do you stay relevant in the game, because you've been a brand for so long, but you kind of already answered that. Is there anything you want to piggyback on that?
No, it's just really, like I said, understanding your target, but outside of understanding your target, also making sure that you are networking as well. I think people underestimate the power of networking. Who sometimes can put your brand in rooms that you're not even in.
Right.
So how you treat people is also important when you're networking, because you never know that one person, that you could have been nasty to could be the one person that be in that room that you're trying to get in. It's like, oh no, I've encountered this business owner. I don't think it's gonna make sense. Yeah. So just make sure you have a strong network, making sure how you want people to support you, that you're also supporting your community as well. That's very important. And like I said, just staying on brand with your target. I know you're gonna get people all the time that's gonna try to tell you, well, you should do this instead, but nobody knows your market and your target like you do. So it's important that you stay on trend with what you're trying to target.
I definitely agree. I'm with you when you're right. I feel like sometimes we do, us as business owners, sometimes we get in our head a lot and we feel like, maybe this isn't the right thing to post. But if you, like you said, if you know your target audience, if you know your market, you can never go wrong.
Yes.
So the fashion market, no. Social media plays a big role in today's fashion. How do you use it to grow your brands and connect with your audience?
Oh, yeah. So leveraging your social media presence is super important. I think, too, what people also don't realize is that even as a business owner, you're still a person.
Right.
So I think people also disconnect with that. People like to see people. People kind of, I want to say clean, but your influence is a little bit better when they can also connect to you on a personal level. So you have to make sure that you're not just showing, oh, buy this shirt, but you're actually also bringing them along with the process. So they're seeing kind of behind the scenes, or you're actually acting like you're letting them be a part of the decision-making process. Like, hey, you might see me sometimes like, hey, what color would you guys prefer?
Right.
I already know what color I'm going to pick.
Right. I just got to make y'all feel included.
Yeah, like they like to feel included. They like to feel a part of the process. They like to see the process. It makes them kind of buy into your business a little more, kind of respect your business a little more, because they like, well, dang, I remember when for me, I started off with just shoes. I never knew I was going to go into clothing, but I've always been stylish myself, and everybody used to be like, oh, can we buy that from you? And I kind of tapped into clothing as well. So just, making sure that you're showing them the process. So some people have been following me since I first started. So they've seen the beginning of just shoes, and when I integrated into clothing and me doing events and things of that nature. So they kind of feel a little more inclined, or, they feel like they know me a little more than just she's selling a shirt. So just making sure that you're leveraging and doing those things on social media as well, instead of just posting buy. Kind of letting them enjoy the process with you a little bit.
Do you feel like when you make sure that, your brand is who you are already, but you also are giving those people a look into your personal life? So do you feel like the two kind of overlap each other at times?
No. Now, I feel like it's a very fine line in what I show personally. And for people that have been following me a long time, like, I don't post who I'm dating. They know nothing about my dating life.
I be like, who is it, girl? I'm trying to find out.
You're never gonna, you're not, because that's super personal to me. I'm never gonna post much about my family. So you're not gonna see, I'll post the kids here and there, but like there's something very personal and dear to me. I'll like speak on them, but you're never gonna really see me post them.
Right.
So I feel like it's very smart to have the balance of what you see versus what they don't see. I travel a lot. I don't mind sharing with you guys, like, hey, I'm traveling. And to be honest, majority of the time when I'm posting, when I'm traveling, I'm already back at home.
Right.
So I feel like it's a balance of showing personal, but also still keeping it professional as well.
And I saw you recently, you were just traveling somewhere. Baby, where you been? Because you be everywhere.
Yeah, I do a lot. But I mean, people don't like, I work 9 to 5 as well. Most people don't even know.
I didn't know that.
So because that's something I keep separate from, that's job, where you work, I feel like that's something personal as well. So like if you run into me, you see me at work, you see me, but if
Right.
you don't.
You just don't know.
You just don't know, So I try to keep it very, very separate because social media already, I feel like people already make perceptions of who they think you are as a person before they even meet you. So I try to keep it very minute, very small on what I'm actually showing on a personal side. But I do show a little personal, but I just don't get too deep.
You don't give them everything. You very strategic about your brand.
Leave a little mystery.
I do feel like, at one point when you first started your business, or just you in general, when people start their business, like, I know this is something that I want to do, but I'm not really sure on which way I want to go about it. So we're just going to jump in. So I feel like when you really started marketing, when you really started branding, like maybe like when COVID, that's when, like, I was already shopping with you, but that's when I fell in love. I was like, yes, you got me for life.
So a lot of people don't know this though. A lot of people think I just like woke up one day and was like, hey, I'm gonna sell clothing, but like that's kind of not what really happened. So I've actually been like managing retail stores for about 14-15 years. And I actually like, that's why I've traveled a lot too, because I actually traveled, went to other locations, been to the Houstons, the Texas, you name it, different markets. And I actually went in, open stores, trained staffs, and things of that nature. So that is actually my background. So when it came to the marketing side of things, when it came to the understanding the season, shipments, things of that nature, I've always had a passion for it. I've always knew it. So when I first started, I kind of, like I said, I wanted to do my own thing, but I still always had that background as well. So that's kind of how I kind of got my hand in it. So when it came to the marketing and things like that, that's why it kind of helped a little bit, because I already had that background. I kind of knew, even came like to the colors and color patterns and palettes and which colors to put together. I kind of already had a background on knowing those things, how to teach to those things, and also how to speak to those things.
I did not know all of that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that makes a whole lot of sense on why you have so much success behind your brand and you have still been thriving over all these years. That makes perfect sense. If you could give one piece of advice to someone who is looking to launch their own fashion business, what would it be?
I would honestly say just step out on faith. I would also say kill the noise. I would also say make sure you understand your market. Make sure that you research your market and kind of what you're getting into. Also making sure that you have a support system, because that's important. And when I say a support system, I don't mean people that you don't think automatically is going to shop with you because of who you are. I mean, and like on those days that's rough, because you're going to have days. I mean, I done had days where the day had me like, woo, I'm finna go and quit this 9 to 5 and just do this. But I also had days where it's been like, I don't want to do this no more. So when you having those days, when I mean the support system, I mean in those people that you can call on, that that you're gonna get that push. You're gonna get that push. Also, if you don't know, pay somebody. We don't know everything when it comes to marketing, when it comes to doing videos and things like that. Like, it's only so much you can do as a person. It's not the end of the world to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to actually pay people that actually specialize in those things and in those areas, and don't be afraid to do it. But more so, believe in yourself. So if you believe in yourself and you keep God first, you should be pretty successful.
And when you say, pay somebody, are you building those things into your pricing?
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm a firm believer in order to make money, you got to spend money. So I'm really big on that. I even look back on stuff from when I first started to now. You can't cut corners. Cutting corners only gets you so far. In order to be successful, you're gonna have to take some losses as well, but I never even look at them as losses, because I was able to learn and build from all of those experiences. So I think don't cut corners. Like I know you might know little Riri or somebody that said they could do it for you, but it's always gonna be quality. I'm telling you, the quality is gonna get you further than anything.
That's what we're looking for, quality every time. Y'all don't miss that fact, quality. I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in each and every time while we are celebrating Women's History Month. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for coming to sit on this couch with me and having a little conversation, a little powwow. I know we see each other, but we don't never get this time.
Yeah, this time together.
Yes.
A special thank you to our sponsors, YE Entrepreneurs. This was Booked, Busy, and Built Different by Des Area, and that's it. That's all.